When we say that's just human nature, which we say to excuse the foibles and habits of people that cause them to fail, what do we mean? Well, let's look at some of the characteristics of human nature based on our study into human action. The study of human action is the study of what people do rather than what people say or what people intend. It simply studies their actions, and it is only in studying the actions of people that we can see what it is that they think or feel or mean or intend, if you like. First thing, when we study human action, we find that human beings, all of us, value leisure. We like to take it easy. And so therefore we're always trying to shorten the amount of time necessary to perform any task. We always seek the easiest way to do anything. In fact, we are structured mentally in such a way that we cannot consciously choose a more difficult way to accomplish something if we can choose an easier way. So given a choice between an easier or a harder way, we will always choose the easier way. Because the sooner we get the job done, the sooner we can enjoy leisure, the sooner we can take it easy. Now, in this sense, we are all basically lazy. This is neither good nor bad as such. It is only what we do as a result of this laziness that is good or bad. All human progress in science and technology comes from the tendency for people to seek faster, easier ways to get the things that we want. So, in a certain sense, laziness is a motivator to human progress. A second characteristic of human nature is that we each try to get the very most for the very least expenditure of money or effort. Given a choice between more or less, we strive to maximize, to get more wherever possible. If we're offered a choice between $10 an hour and $12 an hour for the same job, we will take the $12 an hour. If we're offered the choice between a large loaf of bread and a small loaf of bread for the same amount of money, we'll pick the larger loaf of bread. The study of the economics of all human action, and the study of economics itself, is the study of how to allocate resources to get the greatest possible output per unit of input. This is rational, sensible human behavior. In this sense, then, we are all greedy. This is neither good nor bad, just basic human nature. We are greedy in that we always want the very most for the very least, and we are never satisfied, and we are continually striving to get more and more all of our lives. We are never, ever really contented. Third characteristic is that each of us strives continually to improve the quality of our lives. All human action is motivated by a desire for an improvement in our conditions. In fact, we cannot consciously act to worsen our situation. Even the person who jumps off the bridge to commit suicide is doing it because he thinks that he will be better off jumping off the bridge than not jumping off the bridge. We may not always succeed, but every action we take is an attempt to be better off than we would be without the action. In this sense, then, every human being is ambitious. So far, each of us is lazy, greedy, and ambitious. We may be ambitious for different things, and we may have more or less opportunity to realize our ambitions, but we are all ambitious. The fourth characteristic is that each person thinks, acts, feels, and experiences happiness or unhappiness by and for themselves. We therefore act primarily from our own point of view, to do the things we do and to get the things we want. In other words, we are all selfish, centered on ourselves, living from the inside out. Everything we do, even charitable acts, we do because in our personal opinion, at that moment, it is the best thing for us as we see it. Selfishness, self-centeredness is essential for survival, and is neither good nor bad in itself. It just is a fact of human nature. A fifth characteristic of human nature is that because no one in the world can possibly know everything there is to know about even one subject, we are all acting on the basis of incomplete information every time we act. In this sense, we are all ignorant. No matter how much we learn, we must still act with some uncertainty, some ignorance of the facts, often with great ignorance, sometimes complete ignorance. Finally, as human beings, we have an ego. We think very highly of ourselves, as every study shows. We consider ourselves to be superior to others in many ways, in terms of intelligence, personality, appearance, leadership ability, and so on. Another way to put this is that we are all vain. This is neither good nor bad, just a normal facet of human nature. The fashion industry, the automotive industry, the cosmetics industry, the housing and home furnishing industries all appeal to our basic vanity. They're certainly not appealing to a basic need. Well, so what do we have? We have a basic human nature that by definition causes us each to be lazy, greedy, ambitious, selfish, ignorant, and vain. And we know that giving in to the worst side of this nature is the reason for for so much unhappiness in the world? Is it any wonder why there's so many problems in the world with 4 billion plus lazy, greedy, ambitious, selfish, ignorant, and vain people running around trying to make a living?